How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave, and this is a map tour for Farming Simulator 22 on the mod map Gelderland. And we're going to start with the description from the mod hub, and it reads: This is a Dutch map based in the province called Gelderland. 81 fields, 4 sale points, a small BGA, custom-made license plates, custom textures, custom color grading, 6 farms. There has been several updates made, starting with changelog 1.1.0.0, fixed smoothing problems, fixed color grading, made possible to sell silos, remove flying objects, preview changed. And then changelog 1.2.0.0, factories made working, map border adjusted, new trees in the map, field 68 price adjusted, many gardens have been changed, watercolor changed, a new save game is required. I hope you like the map, have fun. And this was created by Sape and Dutch Landscape, and is 269.62 megabytes to download. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the map, and it looks like this. You start all the way up here in the northern portion of the map, just out in the middle of nowhere actually. As you can see, oh, yeah, I'm not a whole lot going on out here. But what do we start out with? We take a look at the map, you can see we start out with farmlands number 16, 44, 57, and 83. There are required mods for this map, I forgot to mention, and those mods are the small bunker silo by Camelos0397, the placeable dairy farm package by DMI 20mm Normandy. There's also the old farm package, also by DMI 20mm Normandy, Modern Shed, also by DMI 20mm Normandy and Dutch Modding Inc. Old Cowshed by DMI, Cowshed 3+0 by DMI, the Dutch Shed Pack by Raff Farmer and DMI, Bunker Silo by DMI, Cowshed 3+3 by DMI, Sell Everything by Schultz Modding, Farm Silo Package by DMI, and UE Factories by DMI. So quite a bit going on this map. So what we are going to do from this point is we're going to take a look at some of the field prices. So if we go back here, you have quite a bit of a range. I mean, you can see 18,000, so there's all the way from really small fields going all the way up to some of these larger ones like 61 for 522,000, 49 for 878,000. I mean, you got some good range here, so you're going to be able to build up to the bigger and bigger stuff. You can purchase every portion of the map. As you can see, there's this kind of peripheral area here that's for sale for $4.6 million. You do start out with animal pens, as you can see, a couple of cow barns, and pretty much everything that's based on this map is cow barns. I don't think I remember seeing anything other than cows. So any other animals that you want besides cows, you're going to have to put in yourself. There are contracts available on this map. There are no production chains to start out with, and there are collectibles, 20 of them to be precise. There are mods specific to this map. If we look in the buy menu, nothing here, but if we look in the build menu, scrolling down, you will start to see some of the required mods, but if you keep going off to the right, you'll see eventually Gelderland. These ones are built directly into the map. Let's see, we got silos, small bunkers, there's a whole bunch of stuff that because of the required mods, yeah, here's a couple of Gelderlings right here, silo extensions, couple of Gelderlings, yep, Gelderling right here, 3 of those. You've got tools, nothing, and farmhouse. You've got actually several. You got this Gelderling mods, quite a few actually. Under productions, yeah, you got the BGA here, the grain mill, as well as the dairy. Under sell points, you got a couple of sell points here. Under greenhouses, nothing. Under orchards, nothing. Generators, nothing. Under animals, several Gelderling additions here. Got horses, nothing. Pigs, nothing. You do have a sheep barn here, which I don't remember seeing anywhere placed on the map. No chickens, no bees, and no others. Under decorations, nothing here. Under lights, nothing. And under others, you got a whole bunch of these placeable packs here, and a couple here with the Gelderland on it. And then lastly, under landscaping and painting, got a few additional swatches and several new trees, as well as plants. So what we're going to do here is we're going to teleport to the starting farm because nothing out here and I don't feel like walking half the map. So let's go ahead and do that. And we start out here at the farm. We're going to run right up here and we're going to take a look first at the sleep trigger just around this corner. Right here. And this is actually a good point where we're going to go ahead and take a look at the starting equipment and all that. So if we look under the shop menu and look under owned items, under small tractors you have a Massey Ferguson 5S 105. Under medium tractors a Fendt 724 Vario. Under trailers the Kloss Carrot 140 TD. Under cultivators the Amazon Sino 4000 Super. Under seeders the HK25 NS 3030 Nordstein. Under mowers, you have the K-brand GMD 4411. That's the rear deck mower. And then front deck, you have the GMD 3123F. Under windrowers, you have the Samaz Z2 840H. And then under forage wagons, the Stroutman Zelon CFS 2501DO. So not a ton to start out with, but that's okay. Sleep trigger right here. Around the corner here. Now, you're going to see basically one of two types of cow barns. There's this one in front of me, and then there's a bigger one. So one holds 35 cows, the small one. The bigger one holds, I think, 80 cows. Yes, 80 cows. So I'm going to show you just kind of the ins and outs of the cow barn, and then from this point on, I refer to them as small cow barn versus big cow barn. So we get an in-depth look right here. So first off, let's go around the front side. Over here is the load point. This is the small one for 35. You can open this door, these front doors on the one side. Now here I believe is the output for the I believe this is the output for the slurry. Or actually I think this is the output for the milk, I'm sorry about that. And then the feed point and straw go in here. And then around back, this is the slurry point right back here. I do believe. I didn't test it, so don't quote me. Over here, a couple bunker silos. And over here, you have a silo, but this is specifically for seeds and for mineral feed. So you can load directly into it, or you can purchase it from the store and transport it here yourself. Now this is the big cow barn. If we come around the other side here, very similar to a lot of the other cow barns. This one holds 80, as I stated before. Milk point here. Open the door. Believe you can put your straw in here. You have your feed point right here. And then your slurry point back here. And then all the way in the back, right there, straight ahead, is a fuel tank that you can load directly into and take out from. Now we're going to hop in the tractor over here. We're going to start making our way around the map. Now you may have noticed that I have quite a bit more money than what you normally start out with. Normally you start out with $100,000. I have $735,000. That is because we have a lot of places that need to be purchased. Quite a few farms. I believe the map maker said there was 6. I counted more than that. So we are going to start heading out to the east. Traffic does like to hug the middle of this lane right here in front of your farm, so make sure you're off to the right side. That way you don't get clobbered. And we're approaching our next point of interest. It's directly in front of us. Go ahead and pull out just a little bit. Alright, and coming up to my left, stop right here. This is the animal dealer. Come up here, you can buy your animals directly from here into your various pens and pastures, but you get charged a delivery fee. You can also load directly from the pens and pastures, also incurring a delivery fee. If you bring a animal trailer to this location that you purchased or leased, and load into the animal trailer and deliver the animals to your pens and pastures yourself, you do not get the delivery fee. So that is a way to save a little bit of money, but requires a little bit of effort. So from this point, we're going to continue up here, and when we get to this intersection, we're going to make a right. And I'm going to reference the map quite a bit because there's a lot of places we're going to have to purchase. The several farms that are on this map in addition to your starting farm. So one of those is rapidly approaching to my right, and we will take a look at the map, purchase it, and show where we've been, what we've seen. So right about here, I'm going to stop right here. So if we look at the map, we started way up here out in the middle of nowhere. We teleported down here to our starting farm. We took everything in. We saw the sleep trigger, the small cow barn, the seed and mineral feed silo, the big cow barn, and the fuel tank, as well as the bunker silos over here. Hopped in the tractor, came all the way out here. We saw the animal dealer, then came down here, down the south, and now we are here. If we purchase farmland number 75 for $31,992, you can see all these new triggers pop up. Now you can see you have your sleep trigger right here. Working our way around. We'll go through the hedges. Another cow barn. This is a small one. A bunker silo. And then... was it the back? Oh no, sorry, missed it. Fuel tank right there. And you do have, additional storage in here. You can see just each one of the farms has a lot of places for you to be able to just take and store equipment that you may or may not own. Each farm is set up very, very well and gives the opportunity to really kind of grow your operation just steadily over time, which is really nice. So coming up here to my right is going to be the main shop and shop triggers. We're just going to come up to this intersection and make a right. And then a left. And right here to my left is the shop trigger. And then back here is the repair trigger. Go ahead and hop back in the tractor and get turned around. And we'll hit that intersection again and head north until we see our next point of interest. And it's just a little ways up here. The next points of interest, the map itself, like the way that the roads are set up, they're laid out in such a grid pattern that again, I feel like it takes forever to get from one point of the map to the next. Just the way and I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I'm saying that's actually a good thing. It makes it feel much larger than what it really is. It's no bigger than any other large map, or I should say no bigger than any other 2x map. So we're going to stop right here. We're going to bring up the map. So we were down here at this farm, came up here to the shop, the repair trigger, and then came all the way up here. Now if you purchased farmland number 92 for $38,778, you only get one trigger this time. You can see sleep trigger. Yeah, let's go ahead and click on it. There we go. And this one is just really made for just storage. You do have a repair trigger, but tons of storage. You can get a lot of big equipment in this particular farm. I'm calling this one farm number 3. So the one we were just at was farm number 2. Our main farm is number 1. This is number 3. So now, hop back in the tractor. We're going to make our way to farm number 4, which is just up here on my left. Okay. Again, lots more storage at this location. We stop here. Coming up to the north, farmland number 59. And there we go. Sleep trigger right up front. And then around the back here, got a fuel tank and a repair trigger in there. And again, cavernous storage. Lots and lots of places for you to store some of your bigger equipment. Look at that. Very nice. And I feel like the farms are not that expensive, so you can really expand out relatively quickly and get the space that you need in order to build up your farm, your operations. And then you can start really getting strategic as to where you're going to place certain sets of equipment versus others. If you want to keep grass equipment, like up here in the north, you got a grass field right there. You know, if you want to keep your mower decks up here in the north rather than keeping them all the way down at your main farm, you can do that. Or I think you got another large grass field or larger grass field out towards the west. You can keep them out there next to a farmland over there. It's possibilities are endless. That's that's the great thing about this style of a map is you've got so many different options to choose from, and none of the farms really break the bank. They're all priced relatively inexpensive to be inexpensive. Now coming up here is our next farm. This is farm number 5 as I refer to it. We're here, came up to this intersection, came all the way to the west to right here, buying farmland number 96 for $40,848. Well, now we have the triggers. Sleep trigger across the street. There, over here you got a bunker silo, some more shed storage, the small cow barn, the bunker silos, another seed and mineral feed silo, manure heap, and yeah, that's it. So the small cow barn here, that's 35 cows, as previously mentioned. We're going to keep going in this direction until we get to the dead end. Like I said, because of just how this map is laid out, and it's not like you got a straight shot from one location to the next. If you're strictly taking roadways and road networks, you're driving for a little while. And then coming up here to my right is a small road that borders the woods. We're gonna follow this around. You've got this pretty decent sized wood area here, so if you want to do some tree harvesting, this is a good place to look into. Now up here, get to this intersection, we're going to want to make a right. Now I will say, do be careful when driving around and doing work on the fields and stuff, because a lot of the fields and a lot of the road networks are surrounded by these very large ditches, and you get into those, you might get stuck. You might not be able to get out, and the only way you'll be able to get out is by resetting. Like you can see, this field here borders this large gulch, this big gully right there. It's like a drainage ditch, but it's going to be, you get in there in a certain way, you're going to have a hard time getting out. So we were up here, went out to the west, out to this dead end here, this intersection, went down south, and then followed this wood road all the way to here, went north, and now we're here. Farmland number 78 for $71,904. You can see all these triggers now pop up. You've got your sleep trigger right here. You've got, nope, not there, the seed and mineral feed silo right there. You've got another seed mineral feed silo directly in front of me. Over here you got the small cow barn, fuel tank, some more storage, turn around, bunker silos back here. And that is it. That's this farm right here. So this is what I'm calling farm number 6. At this point, need to get turned around. And then back up. There we go. Now we're going to head back to where we came. Just backtrack ever so slightly. Out the driveway, make a right. Now from here, it's almost a straight shot to our next point of interest. So this, coming up to our left, not here, but the next field there is our large grass field that we own. Just beyond these trees, you can see it right there. So pretty good space right there to be able to, you know, either make silage. Either way, you're going to deal with a lot of cows on this farm or on this map. Tons and tons of cows, so you're going to have to really kind of build up your stock of hay and silage to make your TMR. And I missed my turn because I wasn't paying attention. That's okay. So I will have to backtrack ever so slightly. At this intersection, we're going to want to make a left. You got a big solar farm right to the left there. Now what I don't know is if you purchase the land that that solar farm is on, do you start collecting income from it? That would be something cool to find out. Actually here, I might be able to see something just real quick. So we were here. Came back out, went all the way down until we got to here, back out to the main road, and we came back up. Now, this is the solar park right here. Yeah, no, so more than likely you won't get anything because the solar park is part of that large periphery area. Well, also might be the reason why it's so expensive. Again, will be worth testing out. Now, coming over here, you have your biogas plant. You can purchase this for $150,000, so not a bad price for a biogas plant. You have your solid inputs here, you have your liquid inputs here, and your liquid outputs here, aka digestate. Couple of bunker silos to my right. Pretty good sized ones too, actually. For as small as this BGA is, the bunker silos really kind of give you something to work with. Okay, make a left. And now we're going to take this straight shot into town where we're going to see a lot of our production chains and some sell points. Okay, the intersection's coming up here in our first set of productions and sell points. So from here, make a right. Now, this is the restaurant sell point directly in front of me, and it has a sell wood trigger. Not quite sure why, but maybe they got some fire ovens, some wood fire ovens. Maybe it's barbecue. Hmm. Who knows? Maybe, yeah, maybe it's like yeah, maybe it's a barbecue joint. They cook with wood flame. Right here is the production point. This is the dairy, and for $70,000 you can purchase this. You got your outputs right here and your inputs right here. And now over here is our next production and sell point. Pull in here. You have your grain mill right here. For $96,000 you can purchase this. You have your inputs right here into this kind of hopper area, and outputs is right up front. And back here you have your your container sell point, which also has a wood trigger. And I believe this is the sell everything mod from Schultz. Was it Schultz modding? I'm pretty sure it was Schultz modding. If I'm wrong about that, I apologize. Correct me in the comments. But this one should be able to take the, like, actual containers that were part of the Platinum Edition DLC, and be able to take pretty much every single item that is on the map and can be produced, can be sold at those. I've yet to find anything personally that you haven't been able to sell at the Sell Everything sites. Alright, now to my right is the greenhouse, and you can purchase this for $10,000. And straight ahead to my left is the gas station. And now we're heading to our last point of interest. Straight ahead is our starting farm, as you can see. And we're going to make a right here. And now we're going to head out in this direction to find the final and most expensive farm on farmland number 97 is where this one is located. But because this is the most expensive farm, it is by far the nicest one available. So we're going to keep on going in this direction, hopefully not get run over by traffic. There we go, and as you can see, just look at that farm right there. You can barely see it because of the trees. There we go. Very nice as we're approaching. It's got the long. Oh, there's flowers I just destroyed. Long, beautiful driveway. Potted flowers. Big field of grass right next to it. Very, very nice. So, we were at the biogas plant here. Came down. We took in the restaurant sell point, the dairy, the grain mill, as well as the container cell. Came over here, saw the large greenhouse, as well as the gas station. Came down here, all the way out here to where we're finally out here. Farmland number 97 for $133,836. Check that out. Right over here, you got your sleep trigger. You have another large cow barn. This one again is 80 cows. Some more storage over here. You've got 2 of the seed and mineral feed silos here. A manure heap back here. Bunker silo straight ahead. Over here, got a fuel tank tucked away in there, and another small cow shed. And that is it. That is Gelderland. Now it is time for my opinion. What do I think of this map? And 0 to 5 scale, I'm going to come right out and say it. Not even going to beat around the bush. I'd give this a 3.5, 4 stars. Or rating or whatever. You know, it's a good map. I really like it. I wish there was a bit more diversity when it came to animals, but that's something that, there's so many mods and stuff out there that you can place them down yourself, or you can use some of the stock ones that we got from the game, the base game. Yeah, it's a really sharp looking map. It's laid out very nicely. It's got a whole bunch of farms, the ability to really start off kind of small and then work your way up to bigger and bigger stuff. The colors are very nicely done. It's very kind of muted. It's got enough color to be pleasing to the eye, but not enough to be cartoonish. I mean, you do see kind of the wildflowers and stuff along the side of the road where they had the whites and purples, but that to me doesn't strike me as like very off. You've got very well manicured yards with the hedging and all that stuff. You've got the really nice layout to the starting farm. So yeah, it's a nice map, very nice map. I could see really enjoying playing this. But yeah, that is the map tour. I hope you enjoyed this tour. If you did, please show me by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing that shows you're engaged with this channel, enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.